Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've done one of these readings, and it's not really my strong suit, but I feel called to do it because, well, one of the reasons is because I feel like I need this message, and I'm just trusting that there are others who are on the same point in their path that I am, and that this message will also benefit them. So, first question that I asked the cards was, where are we at on our path? And I got this, the Council. And this card speaks about finding support. So I feel like we've been really going through a lot of stuff on our own, and maybe haven't had a lot of relationships that have been supportive to us. And I think we're at a point in our lives where either people from your past or new people are going to be coming in. Like, maybe you found it really difficult to find soul connections with people over the last few years, but there's a time coming where we need to seek support in others around us and trust that they will be able to meet us where we're at, because maybe in the past we've been desiring relationships like soul connections with people, but we haven't been seen for who we are, or we've been hurt by those people, or it just wasn't the right time. Maybe there were certain things we had to do alone. But this also doesn't have to be like necessarily external support. I do feel like it's time for us to actually get some real friends, and that's probably going to be a slow process. But in the meantime, this support can also come from nature, and it can come from your spiritual support system. So it's really important to not get stuck in our routine ways of just thinking and feeling and trying to navigate things on our own, but really leaning into the support that we have in the spiritual realms, and the support that we have in nature, and just the animals and the trees and the water, and just allowing those elements and those entities to speak to us. For me, grasshoppers have been very significant lately. I've seen them in many distinct moments over the last couple of weeks. So that might be significant for you as well, and maybe owls. So the next question I asked was, what do we need help from these support systems? What do we need help healing? And I got number 16, the river, and number 7, the moorland. The river was about being able to receive the success and the abundance that is coming in for you. It's like, in my mind, I kind of see these cards as it's difficult to feel into what it is, but I feel like we've been trying to, we need help healing our expectations. We've been doing life solo for so long, and we have certain expectations of ourselves, how we're supposed to behave in this world, and certain expectations of how our life is supposed to be. And we've been very hard on ourselves and feeling like we are not enough, and like our external world is not enough. There's not enough resources, there's not enough support, there's not enough, I don't have enough discipline, I don't have enough whatever it might be. And we need support. We need a support system that will help us to receive the blessings that are already ours. We need help from other people to see ourselves in other people. One of the things this card said was that we see ourselves reflected in others. So when you have relationships coming into your life, you are going to see the journey that you've been on over the last little while, long while perhaps. you're going to see that journey reflected in that person, and it's going to comfort you. It's going to give you strength and encouragement to allow yourself to rest and to feel that you are enough and to feel a little bit more whole, because maybe we've been just kind of tearing ourselves apart and not feeling like we are enough, not feeling integrated, not feeling whole, because we've been in our own way. We've been in our own thoughts and emotional and physical patterns that have just kind of been keeping us stuck. Like, there was a long period of solitude that needed to happen in order for us to gain some inner knowledge, but now our isolation is the thing that's keeping us trapped, because we're so stuck in our own patterns, and we need support and counsel from like-minded people who can relate to us, truly relate to what's going on in our lives, and help us to start to receive the things that we have been lacking because of our own perceptions, if that makes sense. And just like, I guess I'm kind of seeing like us as the cat, and the cat in this deck is the one animal that is present in every card. The white cat is in every single card. So we are this white cat, and we've just befriended these llamas, and these llamas are our new support system. And we were traversing this desert land, this moorland, by ourselves as the cat, and now we finally got these friends that have come in to help us see that the heavens above are opening up and trying to give us something that is so much better than we could have expected. And our friends are helping us to see, to open our minds and stop thinking that things should be a certain way, and allowing us to see and to receive the blessings that are all around us if we can open to them. Okay, let me pull a tarot card. Ace of Ankhs. I'm wearing one of these right now. So this is beautiful. The Ankhs in this deck are, God, are they wands or swords? I don't even know. This is a new deck. Sorry, that took a while. This is the Ace of Swords. And in my interpretation of this, I guess it's like a new, like, swords represent your mind and your ability to make decisions. At least, like, when I think of a single sword, which is what this is, it makes me think of your ability to decide with like absolute decisiveness. And it's also like the sword of truth. So when it's like we've been learning the truth within ourselves, and we need to now practice executing that truth and embodying that truth and allowing that truth to sink into our body and into our psyche in a real way, so that we can wield that sword of truth and start to decide. Because when you decide, when you slice that sword, you're cutting off something that was, one thing, and you're putting it into two things, and you're saying, I'm choosing to not have this, and I'm choosing to have this. And this is a very, very powerful tool to have, and we're learning to wield this tool properly. Because for me in my life, decision making is one of my sorry, I'm getting afraid right now. My ability to make decisions is extremely weak. Like, decision making is very, very taxing for me. It causes me a lot of stress and anxiety. It's like making the most basic decision is traumatizing and paralyzing for me, because I'm so lost and like I'm not sure what I should do, and I want what's best for me, but my mind can't always decide what's best for me. I just want like the universe to decide for me. But the more we can embody the truth that we know inside of ourselves, and I guess like learn to trust our intuition and not use our mind like our ego mental mind, but our intuitive mind and our inner knowing, that kind of a mind, then we will be able to make the decisions and the choices that we need to make based from a place of internal knowing, and not being confused mentally and like thinking about what we could or should do, but just knowing the truth within ourselves. Is there a decision that we need to make? Is there a decision that we need to make? Make a mission statement for your soul. That's actually a really great pull. I feel like we've been in hiding, and not the whole time. It's like maybe we started when you were early on in your life experience. You went into hiding because you weren't understood as a child, and you've been through a very long process of inner healing and inner understanding, trying to learn yourself and learn what this life is, and it's been very lonely. But it's time for us to come. Okay, so we've done a lot of healing in that solitude, but we've gone back to hiding because we're afraid of embodying that knowledge that we've learned in the real world, because we're afraid of being rejected again. We're afraid of being misunderstood. We're afraid of being seen for whatever reason that we experienced when we were a child and hid in the first place. But we don't need to hide anymore, because we know who we are, and we are ready to face that fear and to show our potential. Like what I said in the beginning of this was, I feel like I have something in me to give, and it's like this swirling magical energy that is just inside of me, and I haven't really shared it with anyone. A very few number of people have had little tastes of it, but I feel like I've been hiding my soul from the world, and it's time to seek support so that you can start showing yourself to a few people that you can trust. And that will start to give you the courage, the confidence to see what it really feels like to be seen and known and loved, and have your worth and your expectations in alignment, so that you can actually allow yourself to receive the things that you've been craving for so long. But we've been so alone, and we've gathered this truth inside of our souls, but we're afraid to utilize it. And in order for us to step out and to really become what we desire to be in this world, we need to make a mission statement for our souls. What is your mission statement for your soul? Like, this is actually a really powerful prompt. Like, If your soul is here on this planet for a mission, for a purpose, a specific reason why you are here, your specific soul, the color of your soul, the frequency of your soul, the gifts and talents and abilities that your soul has in relationship with your personality, like who you are in this physical incarnation. What is your mission on this earth? And what is that mission statement? My cat is kicking the tripod. You're so cute, but you should stop. Come here. Here, you baby. Pull up. So a mission statement is like literally the description of the mission. So what is that for you? Let's see what this card says. 58. Let go of that big, overarching life purpose thing and make a mission statement for your soul, whatever that looks like today. Don't get tricked into spending a lifetime trying to pinpoint the perfect be-all and end-all goal. Expectations. Simply move toward what makes your heart happy and you will be perfectly poised for soul purpose success. Sacred tasks aren't always logical or rational, and they're certainly not going to fit squarely into an old school template or life plan. They come from spirit. You will recognize them by how propelled and inspired they make you feel. If you feel any anxiety for not having created your path yet, that's because you already know that you are meant to be doing something greater in the world. Sacred tasks will be recognized by how propelled and inspired they make you feel. If you feel anxiety for not having created your path yet, that's because you already know that you're meant to be doing something greater in the world. The beauty here is that you can start anytime. Ask yourself, what's my sacred why? Underneath money and success and stability, and beyond independence, creativity, and inspiration, why do you do what you do? Imbue your mission, your why, with passion and knowing. Find satisfaction and meaning in what lies in front of you today, so that you can build the rest of your success from there. Write your mission statement. What do you want to focus on? What are you passionate about? What do you want to accomplish? And who do you want to become? How do you feel compelled to help? What motivates you to change? I feel like we've been kind of on this path, on this trail of exploring our soul's desires over the last few years because we've been trying to understand ourselves. And we've tasted so many parts of who we are, but we have these expectations about how we're supposed to behave and think and feel and act and how this life is supposed to be. And we need help. We need help to learn how to receive what life is trying to give us and accept that we are at the end of this seeking journey. We have the truth and the knowledge, and we need to just look back on the things that we've learned about ourselves and make a decision on what kind of life we want to live now that we have acquired this knowledge, this understanding, this wisdom, this love, this light within us. Now that we know who we are and we know the truth about this reality, how does our soul desire to move forward? How does our soul desire to live in its fullness in this life? And maybe take some significant time and write that out, or draw or paint or write a song. Do something that allows your soul to express itself in a way where you can kind of taste the essence of the mission that you have here, if that makes sense. This is pretty long, but I think I want to pull one more. I don't know. how do we find the support? I don't want to deal with that. There's 3 cards there. How do we find the support that we need to help us accept? Just to help us feel like we are enough, and that like there's no need to keep criticizing and expecting way too much of ourselves. We need to just be seen and known for who we are and loved for who we are. Did you see that? I lost it. Who's going to help us do this? How do we find them? God, 3 again. Ace of Air. This is, wait. Yeah, this is same as this. Okay. So we have 2 Ace of Swords that came out. Nine of Air and the small medicine wheel. You know, the large medicine wheel is the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know what this one is. 10. Oh, it is the Wheel of Fortune. New beginning, promising start, change, success, ongoing outgoing energy, completed cycle, gratitude, a new phase begins. Give me 1 sec. 9 of Air. Self-condemnation, suffering, agonized thinking, unwillingness or inability to forgive oneself and others. It's high time to look at what you are doing. For how long have you clung to something that you know is detrimental to you? Why do you insist on hurting yourself this way? Why won't you allow the old wounds to heal? Watch the thoughts you use to torment your own being. Remember the answers you alone carry within you. Investigate the real source of your guilty feelings. Your work and your relationships can blossom only if you accept yourself as you are right now. So how are we going to meet these people? How are we going to acquire soul relationships? By believing that we deserve them. By releasing our self-sabotage. By releasing the thoughts and the feelings that tell us that we're not good enough, that we have to do this whole life alone. The thoughts and the patterns that have been keeping us stuck. The thoughts and the patterns, the cycles that have been keeping us in this place of hell. This needs to be dealt with in order for the new life to come in order for people to see us for who we are and to be able to love us. We need to find value in ourselves and stop the self-sabotage. We need to stop just acting as if we are not worthy, because we are. And when we start to embody that, we know that we are. We know that we are. We're just stuck in these old mental habits and patterns and beliefs about ourselves. But we know the truth now. We know the truth now, and the more we can start to embody this and choose to put ourselves out there and face the fears, face the hurt that we've had in our past, then we will gain our soul tribe, and they will help us to finally live the life that we want to live. So I hope you enjoyed that, and don't forget about this, because this will help you with this. This will help you to be able to make the decisions that you need to make, because they're coming from a soul place. So, with all of that, I hope you benefited. I know I certainly did, and always do. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. and I'll see you next time.